Hey up guys, we all seen the resin, usual 32nd scale resin seats, but today I got something a little bit different. I got the big boy, I got the 1 to 10 scale NACES SJU-17 resin seat. Hey guys, welcome back, and something very different is a 1 to 10 scale ejection seat. A NACES SJU-17, and this is a full resin model. So think of your resin busts, like for your people, like figurines and that kind of stuff. It's basically on that lines, but instead of having to worry about doing eyes and stuff, you're working on a pretty cool ejection seat. So the NACES SJU-17, this is the modern naval ejection seat you'll find in like the Hornet F-18. Squadron Productions does, I think, 3 different seats. This is obviously one of the 3. The other 2 they do the ACES 2, which is what you'll find in the US Air Force stuff modern day, like the F-14D Eagle and the F-16 Viper. To be honest, that looks kind of a little bit uglier, not quite as refined or kind of nice looking, if that's a thing to talk about ejection seats, compared to this one. Also, I believe they do the Martin Baker, I think it's a 7H, if that's something, don't quote me, but I think it's the one from the Phantom, basically they do that seat as well, which is pretty nice. Now, full disclosure, I have looked inside this box already. I actually started filming this review, and halfway through I found out my my memory card was full, so we're going again. So fingers crossed, hopefully we'll do it this time. So when I open the box, you'll notice that, it has been ruffled around a little bit. I have looked inside it. Kit number 10903, again, Squadron Productions of the True Detail range. So let's go ahead and open this box up. So if you open these boxes from the bottom, I kind of wrestled before the top and it didn't work, so the bottom is the way to open them. And you're greeted with a couple of pieces of paper. We'll look at the resin stuff in a minute. So basically, color photocopy of a NACES SJU-17 seat. Now just make sure you check your references, because the seat color does change. I believe it was this color early on, and then it changed to like a black kind of fabric, sheepskin later. So just check your references. This isn't actually 100% accurate, I don't think. Also, it shows a black seat, but I'm pretty sure NACES maybe was grey, but again, just check your references. And one more page, which is basically black and white. I think it kind of shows you where the parts go, because you've got a few parts to assemble here. And dropping it, that is it. So let's look at this beautiful seat. So you get basically the main mold, and then you get, as most resin stuff, you get like a few little smaller parts separate. So here you go. Like you can see the size in my hand, it's probably about 6 inches high. It's again 1/10 scale. It's just really awesome. It's something very different. I mean, you can either probably display this on like a nice little round wooden base, or if you're building a Hornet, maybe you want to have this next to it or something. But it's just something a little bit different. So it's nice to kind of switch things up. Sometimes you get in a rut doing the same thing over and over. Like I do. I'm a little tired of doing modern jets over and over. You need a break now and again. So I might switch to sci-fi or some armor or something like this. Would be completely different. This is also cool too, because it's like a resin burst, but I'm put off by doing resin busts because I'm not very artistic, and I feel you need that artist flair to do like face and like tones and that kind of thing. Whereas when you're doing like a piece of equipment like this, it's pretty much, it is what it is. It's colors, and then it's just, obviously changing the fabric colors and that kind of stuff. It's a lot easier, so it might be a good introduction to bust painting. Going around here, you can see all the beautiful, very sharp detail. The rail at the back, and the other side. And then underneath, most of the casting block's been taken care of. Just a very thin little piece left. See a couple of mils, but overall, you see the straps are in there. Looks really, really good. Awesome. I'm very excited because it's so cool. You don't really see this kind of stuff. Okay, so let's open this little bag of goodies. Let's move this out of the camera a little bit. So here's the head box. Got it around the right way. Again, it seems so weird holding a seat this big, because often we use resin seats in like 1/48 scale, 1/32 scale jets, which is tiny. Whereas this 1/10 scale, I've never seen an ejection seat this big before. But yeah, again, see the detail. And what happens, you just cut this off the casting block here, sand it down, and it'll just fit right. See, there's a couple of dimples kind of on there. You just put them on, and head box will fit on top like that. This part is the back. Just fits, glues the back here again, sand it down, it fits in the back. This scale I've been inclined to, just needs a little cleanup. This scale I've been inclined to put it all together, super glue it all together, and then paint it as one, I think, which is how I do it. This part actually goes in the bottom. So once you sanded that little bit off here, see it's a little lip of casting block, that fits on the bottom here like that. So if I can't show you this picture, shows you here in the instructions. Well, if it is instructions, print basically the picture you get. You can see how it goes to the bottom of the seat. And then some small pieces. So it looks like you get a hose, which is you have to cut away all this, which looks very fragile. For the hose work like this, I might be inclined to actually use real rubber hose. You can get it from the hobby stores, use for 1/12 scale motorcycles, that kind of stuff. That might be the way to go. So I might, when I get to this pipe, I think it'll be a nightmare to try to cut this off without breaking it. This thin pipe, I might just look at maybe getting connectors and just using a real hose for that. What else we got? We got the handle, pull to eject. This is just needs to be cut away in the middle. It's just a very thin layer of resin. Looks like another couple of handles maybe. Again, the insides need just be sanded out or cut out very carefully. And finally, this guy, which I'm not totally sure what that is at all. It's one little piece on a casting block. Yeah, pass. I don't know. Without studying instructions, I'm not exactly sure what this tiny bit of, if it is anything indeed, maybe just broken off. I don't know, but that is basically it. So you get this beautiful seat. I just want to share with you guys again. This is something you don't see every day, but a 1/10 scale NACES SJU-17 Ejection Seat. Now, again, I'm hoping they continue this line. This is really cool. I'm hoping to bring out like Martin Baker 10A from the Tornado and those kind of seats, and definitely be a cool little collection to have. Yeah, I think having seen this for the first time, I think I'll definitely go out and get the Martin Baker 7, the Phantom seat, because that was pretty cool too. Like I said, the ACES 2 is a little bit kind of blocky and not very good looking seat, if that means anything. It's it's very kind of plain, and the molding looks very kind of boring too. Whereas these have all kinds of little details going on, and seat belts, obviously, straps, and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, again, beautifully molded, very, very crisp. So that is pretty much it, short and sweet. But so let me show the box again. So this is a Squadron Products True Details range, and it's a NACES SJU-17 in 1/10 scale.